live in the northern United States. I live in Michigan. And look, this is where we build EVs, lots of them, less than we did before because the popularity, well, there just isn't any. But EVs in the north in winter, nobody trusts these things. And yet the governor of Michigan is trying to tell us we need to have all EVs for government vehicles in the next few years, including heavy vehicles. Apparently she doesn't read what happened to electric snowplows in New York because they failed miserably. And on the consumer level, it's becoming such a problem that rental car company Hertz has decided to discard 20,000 EVs, replace them with what? Gas-powered vehicles. A few of the problems associated with EVs include high damage repair costs, freezing temperature concerns, and most importantly, charging ports for your vehicle, not to mention the fires and all the other problems that come with it. People find themselves stranded in all sorts of problems. Joining me now to discuss these problems with EVs, someone who has experienced them herself, senior policy analyst at the Independent Women's Forum, Carrie Sheffield. Carrie, nice to see you.
Good to see you, Steve.
I can tell you here in Michigan, where, I mean, EVs should be popular. They're built here. They're on the roads here. You see the test vehicles that are all wrapped up to make them look like they're secret and, you know, James Bond vehicles. Nobody wants them. Look, that's why Ford has slashed production, General Motors has slashed production, Stellantis has slashed production. I don't know who's still pushing EVs. And I drive by lots here for foreign car makers, Mercedes, BMWs. I see them sitting there, electric vehicles. They never leave the lot, Carrie. They're just sitting there. What's going on?
No, and in China, in fact, they call them EV graveyards, rows and rows and rows of EVs that people don't want. So in my case, I had a rental. I arrived late at the Reagan airport and I needed a rental at the Hertz counter. And I was speaking the next morning and it was going to be too late or early in the morning for me to go and get the car in the morning. So I had to take it overnight to my house, drive down to Lynchburg to speak at Liberty University. So Liberty is a Christian college. Well, the only options they had at 11 o'clock at night when I was flying in from Vermont, it was one gas-powered car, but it smelled like cigarette smoke, and I don't smoke, and I didn't want to smell like cigarette smoke in front of a bunch of Christian students, or a whole row of Chevy Bolts. And me and my ignorance, I thought I could use the Chevy Bolt, and I could just test out and see what was happening with this EV revolution. Big mistake. I'm not sure how other EVs are, but in the Chevy Bolt, they give you a high, medium, and low range of how much fuel you have in your charge for the battery. And even the low range was still a 7-mile cushion to get me to my destination. So I would have been fine, and I could have found a charging station along the way. So I reasoned, well, no, it turns out that I had many more miles to go and not enough time to get there. So I ended up missing my event, and I was going to speak before 700 people sitting on a panel next to my former boss, Linda McMahon, who's a brilliant businesswoman and self-made billionaire. I felt pretty embarrassed, and it was all thanks to this odometer that was lying to me when I left my home.
Yeah. You know, here in Michigan, one of the things they talked about, the Lightning, the F-150, the electric pickup truck. And when you put that side by side and you put something behind it, you know, people in the northern states, they like to pull boats and trailers and campers and stuff. As soon as you do that, you can't do anything with them. And therefore, I don't see how this is ever going to work. I think that General Motors has put itself on a road toward bankruptcy. If they stick with these vehicles and they stick with these mandates that they're going to go down this road. Furthermore, the UAW only has 146,000 people working in the auto industry anymore. Hard to believe because in 1979, there were 1.5 million. Today, it's 146,000 people, and they'll lose 60,000 more if they stay on this EV path charted by John Kerry and others. It's a path to certain destruction, Carrie.
You're right. And it's a destruction of the U.S. economy because these EVs are being manufactured, the batteries, over in China. And the critical mineral components that you need to make an EV, well, guess what? Here in the United States, there are large portions of the western states like Nevada, Utah, where it's owned by the federal government. In some cases, more than 50% of these states are owned by the federal government. And the critical minerals are trapped below. But guess who will not allow the American miners to go into American soil and get the EV critical minerals? Joe Biden. So you have him talking on one side mouth with his EV mandates, while on the other side of his mouth, he's not allowing us to go in and drill for what we need to make the EVs.
Well, we can't destroy the environment to save the world. Of course, mining for cobalt with your fingers like children do in the Congo, or on your hands and knees like they do in Afghanistan for lithium. I mean, we could get into a whole host of places. EVs are not good for the environment. They're not good for the economy. They're not good long term. One quick thing before we go, though. I understand you have a brand new book coming out here shortly. Real quick, Carrie, what do you got?
Hey, thanks, Steve. Sure. So it's launching March 12th, and if folks want to go and pre-order, I would love that and welcome that. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, pretty much or your local bookstore. And the title is called Motorhome Prophecies: A Journey of Healing and Forgiveness. It's a memoir. It's about my story. I was raised in a very abusive cult environment. My father was excommunicated from the Mormon Church, so I distinguish what my dad did from the official LDS Church, which does some really good humanitarian work. But I walked away from God. I was a bitter agnostic for about 12 years. And it's the journey of how I forgave my father for making me live in a motorhome with 10 people while he physically, emotionally, psychologically abused us, and in some cases almost starved us, because he said it was God's will. So as you can imagine, I didn't love God, but eventually I learned to separate who God is from corrupt human behavior, and came back and
Wow.
I was baptized Christian a little over 6 years ago.
Wow. Powerful story. Powerful story. Carrie Sheffield. I look forward to talking to you more about that book when it gets a little bit closer to your release date. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Steve. God bless you.
God bless you. That's quite a powerful story for a Friday now, isn't it? We'll take a break and be right back.